Hey friends, it's Renee with Domestic Machine Sewing. Today I'm just going to share a few things I've been thinking about doing and tips to hopefully be helpful. One of them was a little bit more difficult than I thought, but I'm still going to use it. But I've been thinking about these for a while because when I did the Harlequin crossbody last week, it called for a 5-inch zipper with 3/8 of an inch width, and I didn't have one. I bought this a while back, and it's got 987. This is 1/2 inch, and this is 3/8 of an inch width. And I dropped it this week and cracked it, and I had to tape it all together. And I paid 30 bucks for this thing, so I didn't like that. I thought, well, I'm going to try and make my own, and I had made patterns out of. Let me show you. Out of cutting mats from Dollar Tree. I'm hitting something, I can't scoot far enough. From Dollar Tree. And so I thought I'm going to try and make a zipper pattern that I can just lay down and use it. Well, it was more difficult than I thought. Here is the first one I did, and it's wobbly. It's not straight across here, and it ended up, I had to make it a 1/2 inch because 1/2 inch width because it wasn't straight. So then my second one was better, and I will probably use this. Let me turn around so you can see. It was 1/4 down. I measured. I did 1 inch, 2 inch, 1/4, 2 1/2, 3. But that's the one I'm going to use. I'm going to use that. It wasn't bad, but then this morning I thought, you know, actually I was thinking yesterday, late last night, how can I really make this work? And I thought I'll do cardstock. And I put 3 together trying to cut them all in once, and it didn't work. And so then I just did 1, and it worked pretty well. And I used my Fiskars cutting tool. It's very sharp. So if you try this, please be careful, because I am really cutting shy with rotary cutters. And since I cut my finger on the rotary cutter, any sharp tool, and that thing is very sharp. So anyways, after several tries, I'm going to stick with this one. And so I measured it and I marked it. And then I put, over cardstock, I put packing tape to give it a little more firmness. Even through here on the sides, I cut it to make it fit. And so I'm going to use this one. So let me show you how they look on paper. This top one is the plastic, 3/8 of an inch, 5-inch length. The second one is the cardstock. Actually, wait a minute. The first one's the cardstock. The second one is the cutting mat. And then that's the 1/2 inch. That was kind of lame. I had to make it a 1/2 inch instead of 3/8 of an inch. Anyways, it's not bad. I think the cardstock worked out the best. So maybe you want to try that. Maybe you're better at cutting than I am. I know when I was cutting, I used my little cutting board, and I just went with my cutting tool. I went slow, but I still couldn't get it straight. Then I used my ruler, my little ruler. I don't know what I did with it. It's somewhere around here. And I just held my ruler and then put this pressed against it, almost like a rotary cutter. I don't use my rotary cutter on anything but material, so I didn't want to use my rotary cutter, but that might work better if a small rotary cutter. So then the next time on the plastic, I cut a slit with this, but then I used my scissors, and that seemed to be more straight. But I like my cardstock the best, and so that's the one I'm going to use. Then I was thinking about my name tags, because the last couple of times, did I show you all these? I've made patterns for masks out of these, out of the cutting boards, and this worked well, and I use scissors, and I use this all the time. So the cutting mats are good for something. I'm just not sure I can get a straight line with the Fiskars cutting tool. Maybe just try scissors, and it might work better for you. And then the cardstock. Well, then I was thinking about my name tags, and the last couple of times my leather guy's gotten them a little too dark because you can't see them. For example, it's not very, you can't see it very well on my backpack. And so today I was playing with my embroidery machine, pulled it out, haven't used it in a while, and I tried cork and embroidered my name on cork, natural cork. Can y'all see that? the lighting. I apologize for the lighting. It's very cloudy today. And then I tried vinyl. Now this was a tan color, but it came out yellow. Let me see. Let me put you down a little bit, and maybe I can get you underneath the light. And then I did brown. I like the brown better. Now some of them were better than the others, and so I'm going to try those. And I'm going to use these until I'm ordering some more from someone else, and I'll put her link. She does cork, leather, and vinyl name tags, and she different colors. And I'm liking the way they look. So I've got those on order. Until those come in, I'm going to be using probably the cork and the vinyl. But the first time on the cork, I used Decaville Light on the back to give it a little more stability, and my machine struggled to get through it for my name. And then I didn't use Decaville Light on the back, and I just put the tearaway stabilizer on the back. Whoops. And that seemed to work better. So I'm going to be using those until it comes in. I'm going to try canvas too for my nameplate. If you have an embroidery machine, it's not a fancy one. Mine's not a fancy one. It's old. I got it before we moved up here to Georgia. I got it in Florida, and it was already used in Florida. I think it was like 3 years old when I got it, maybe older. And then we've been up here, what, 7 years? So it's about 10 years old. I've had it for about 10 years at least. And it was already used then. But that's what I've been working on. Hopefully it's been helpful. You could also, if you have a cutting machine, I have a Silhouette cutter. I was thinking about making, using a certain font, and then just doing HTV, which is the iron-on vinyl, and put it on the cork or the vinyl, and see how that works. So I'll let you know if I do that. But I hope these tips are a little bit helpful. Maybe you want to give it a try with the zippers and other patterns if you're making a mask pattern, or even if you're just doing a tote bag. I also thought with the cutting mats, we could do the zipper tabs, because there's usually not a pattern for the zipper tabs. Anything in a pattern that they don't give you a pattern for, I like to make a pattern myself, and that way I can just whip it out, trace it, and cut it. So I may do that for zipper tabs. There's usually the size is 1.5 by 1.5 or 2 inches by 1.5, so you can cut it that way and make some zipper tabs, and you'll have them for every pattern that we do. Also, the next thing I'm going to be working on, I think I'm going to be working on the next thing, I'm going to do this soon, is stadium approved bags. We go to sporting events a lot, and my daughter ordered this off of Amazon last year. It's $25, and she was going to a passion conference in Atlanta in the Mercedes Stadium, and they didn't allow anything but the clear, because this is, as far as on websites, they say this size is stadium approved, but it's not clear. I did get into a Georgia game at Georgia tennis match with this, and they didn't say anything. But I'm going to start making some of these, and then I'm going to cut out the logos for some of the schools and put them on here and sell them at my store, because my store is near Athens, Georgia, and I've sold Gator stuff there. Of course, these are Gator colors because I'm a Gator fan. Don't hold it against me if you're not. I'm married a Georgia fan, so we're all equal here. But that's what I'm going to be working on. I'd love to know what you're working on this weekend, or this week. It's Wednesday, right? Yes. I had to move my kids back in from college this week, and I'm very tired. My brain is tired. But I hope you're having a great week. Hope this was helpful. If you liked this video, give me a thumbs up. I'd love for you to subscribe if you haven't yet. And if you click that bell, you'll be notified when I put my next video. Y'all have a great day.